It is our top story. We have been talking all morning about the severe weather that's headed our way. Many schools, businesses have already decided to close early because of the emphasis being put on how strong these storms could be.
Joining us this morning to help break things down and give us a closer look into just what kind of storm we're dealing with here is Chris Strong, a warning coordinator, a meteorologist with the National Weather Service in Baltimore. Chris, good morning. Thank you for joining us.
Good
morning. We appreciate your time. Definitely a busy day for you in Mission Control. First off, the Storm Prediction Center has put parts of our region under a moderate risk today. For viewers who may not hear that very often, what does that level actually mean for people in the DMV?
It just really speaks to the amount of wind energy and rotational power there's going to be in the atmosphere as these storms come through today. So it's a pretty unusually high level of risk for this part of the country. I think the last time that we had that was about 6 years ago.
So what is it about today's weather, Chris, the setup that has meteorologists paying such close attention here? What ingredients are coming together that could make these storms really strong?
Well, there's a strong cold front coming through right at the peak heating during the afternoon. We're going to be dropping from temperatures that are going to get up around 70 degrees this afternoon. We might be seeing snow by the time we get to midnight. So a testament to how much, how strong that cold front is that's coming through. And with that cold front, there's a lot of wind energy, a lot of potential. So any storms that go high up in the atmosphere that can bring that wind energy down to the surface. We can get damaging wind gusts that we'll be issuing severe thunderstorm warnings for later on today, and some rotational power in the atmosphere too that could result in some tornado warnings, potentially even some stronger tornadoes here in the mid-Atlantic. So the combination of all that is just an important day to stay weather aware and really just not be outside, be indoors as much as possible when these storms come through later on today.
All right, when we talk about potentially life-threatening conditions, what specific parts of this storm are of the greatest concern to you?
So there's going to be showers this morning, and potentially even some stronger showers and thunderstorms, especially as we get later in the morning into the midday. But that main squall line that Mary's been talking about is going to be moving through during the afternoon from west to east quickly across the metro area. And it's really like that middle afternoon, late afternoon time period that I think that's the biggest concern as that line of storms comes through. And again, once those storms start getting higher up in the atmosphere and being able to tap some of that wind energy, that's really what we're concerned about, that's going to be able to bring some of that wind and damage down to the surface.
Now, we've seen tornadoes or tornadic activity here in the DMV before, but I think whenever you hear tornadoes in the Washington metro, you just really sit up and take notice more. How likely are we to see this sort of activity, and how rare is it if we do?
So we get tornadoes a fair amount in this part of the country too, but most of the tornadoes that we get tend to last about 30 seconds, maybe a minute or two. Occasionally you get longer lasting ones. Most of the ones that we tend to get are the weaker side of tornadoes where you're knocking down trees into homes, that sort of thing. But we do get the stronger tornadoes as well. And that's really what, all of that really is what we need to be concerned of, because anytime you start knocking trees around, knocking trees down onto things, and certainly when you start to have the potential for some stronger tornadoes, we really need to, have a plan for ourselves and our families and really stay weather aware this afternoon so when that threat's going to be there, you're in a safe place when it comes through.
Chris, thank you so much for joining us. This is on everybody's minds in the DMV today, and we really appreciate you taking the time. That's Chris Strong with the Chris Sterling with the
National Weather Service. Yeah, thanks for having me on this morning.
Strong.
Stay weather aware.
Thank you. Okay, thank you very much. All righty.